I thought I hated the Kett before. Then we learned about exaltation. I can't even begin to imagine how Jal feels about this.
I was curious about you and Sid, being on your own from such a young age.
Yeah, I really wouldn't recommend it.
How did you keep you and your sister afloat?
I was barely more than a kid myself, so lots of unskilled work, construction jobs. No one else would do the dangerous stuff, so I would, being up high, crawling under things. I could shoot a gun, so eventually I moved into smuggling. Even more dangerous, but lucrative. We were never rich, but we got to comfortable.
Where was home? Palaven?
No, we'd already left Palaven by then. Whatever our dad was involved in meant we weren't welcome there. I hadn't even gone to boot camp yet. Sid was barely a year old. We eventually settled in a mining colony in the Minos wasteland. 2 years later, our dad was gone.
Where was your mother in all this?
Back on Palaven, I suppose. She was an awful person. All she cared about was climbing the ranks. She and my dad fought all the time. I think at the end they hated each other. When things were really tough, I thought about going back. But she wouldn't have accepted us. Whatever my dad did destroyed any chance of that.
You probably have work to do. We can chat later.
You know where to find me.
At least we managed to save the Moshai.
I only wish we could have saved more. I'm picking up something. Probe away. I found something.
According to that astronomer on Aya, a satellite should be here.
I'm not detecting anything. If it was here, it's gone.
You mean destroyed?
I mean, gone. Destruction would leave debris. We've got nothing. Let's try another nav point.
System, home of Eos and Prodromos. Descent is green.
Coordinating. Path is calm.
Back where we really started. What's new in our first home?
The Kett still maintain a presence. Skirmishes are frequent, and travel requires caution.
I've got a cure for that. Next.
The atmosphere continues to clear, but radioactive hazards pool in some areas. Study is ongoing. And remnant remain active on the surface, but also as detected by seismic readings.
Point of contact for all this?
Your people, Pathfinder. Prodromos is expanding, with all the trials and discovery that building an outpost represents.
Grounded in research.
All data about newly accessible Eos is from their work.
Well, let's make sure it gets the attention it deserves.
Right away! Armed and armored. Good for you. I could have used that ordnance a few weeks ago.
I'm Ryder, the human pathfinder.
Lieutenant Harper, we're looking for the Asari Ark.
So am I. Watching the skies every day, praying they survived the Ket.
The evidence pointed to the Ket being involved.
The way pain is involved when you get burned.
What happened?
The Ket chased our Ark across the cluster. But these weren't their regular soldiers. They were hunters. Elite killers.
None of the Arks are armed. I don't like those odds.
They kept shooting to slow us down. Peeled one deck like an orange. A bridge officer, Sarissa something, gave the evacuation order. Hundreds of people, all trying to flee. It was...
Where could we look for the Ark?
We lost track. But they launched a ship to help evacuees, and her crew would know. You'd have to find her. Follow the transponder, maybe.
Our Tempest is designed to find needles in haystacks. We'll handle this.
The ship's called the Paraphona. I'll give you her transponder codes and last flight plan. Thank you. It's good to see the Ket aren't the only ones winning.
Pathfinder.
Word is, it's a paradise planet.
Pathfinder? Darket, Tervian. I understand I was pulled from Cryo ahead of schedule. My family is grateful, but I consider it my debt.
Everyone gets out eventually.
That may be, but the least I can do is show you the benefit. I'm exo-studies now, but in a former life, let's say I knew tactics. If I supplied the Ket on this planet, I drifted in, and there's only so many gravitational paths. Here's some navs to check for anomalies. Good hunting, Pathfinder.
Nav points of lost supplies noted, Pathfinder.
Not busting our tails on viability to let resource go so easy. Let's check it out.
Really hope all those scientists will be safe out here.
Work rosters. That datapad mentioned the name Jennings. Here, Axel Jennings. Assigned to set up weather monitoring devices all over the desert. Too many locations to check them all. This definitely treated wounds caused by a remnant. That datapad said the work crew tried to control them.
Sand particles were removed from the wound. Analyzing. Comparing with locations from the work roster, it's likely the injury occurred near a monolith.
Let's go. This definitely treated wounds caused by a remnant. That datapad said the work crew...
August said you might swing by. Ryder, yes? Dr. Ramirez. Run the clinic here on Eos. Much better than life as an Alliance medic.
Good to meet you.
I'll guess you're not here for a checkup. How can I help you?
What do you think of Bradley?
I've known him for years. Was the squad medic when he was injured, and we kept in touch after his discharge. He's a smart fellow, a good lieutenant, but a better mayor. And it bugs him when I call him August. So I restrict myself to 2-3 times a day.
What's the latest from your clinic?
Usual checkups for first-in colonists. Plus a few cases of dehydration and some blindness. Nothing serious.
Why did you join the Andromeda initiative?
I served in the Alliance as a medic, but let's say I saw one Batarian slave raid too many. I knew August, Bradley, and when he signed on to the initiative, he suggested I consider it. This seemed like a better frontier.
What's it like living in our first successful outpost?
More rewarding than I thought. My patients are the neighbors I see every day. I have to be on the lookout for any new diseases, sure. But I know exactly who I'm staying vigilant for.
I'll leave you to it.
Come back anytime. Preferably unhurt.
Pathfinder, over here. Pathfinder, Major Domo Evan Bell Scott. I have headaches, so you don't have to. Rather, so Bradley doesn't have to. I've also coordinated with your Ket expert. He wanted me to remind you to find him.
I didn't assign a Ket expert to Prodromos.
Then he's a hell of a self-motivator. Here's the nav anyway. Precision is important.
Thoughts on your boss?
The old man. He's pretty tied into what happens here. I just pick up the day-to-day scraps. Good at cracking the whip for these science types. Doesn't fall for the details. I hope he's proud. Feels like he's proud.
Thoughts on how the outpost is doing? The planet?
Stellar. We keep it up, we'll make this world look like the brochures.
How did you come to the initiative?
Like many, I was lost and looking for a purpose. That sounds loftier than it felt at the time. I was an insufferable ass. The training for the trip was probably enough to cure me of it. But I always took things too far. Didn't know how to stop alienating people until I was the alien. See? Still insufferable.
Sounds like you left some interesting circumstances.
I miss the family, and maybe they miss me. But that doesn't mean I'd go back. I mean, we can't, but still. I like where I came from. It's a great place to be from. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I liked where I was. There were other things that brought us here.
Not me. Eyes on distant stars. Always have been.
Where'd you launch out of?
The pale blue dot. Terra Prime. Big old boring Earth. I miss that wet dog smell after the first snow melts. I don't know why. What about you? Miss anything?
Things were easier. So much already built. We get to do it all again, for good or bad, I guess.
Better get it right.
Another time.
Of course.
Pathfinder, if you have a moment, Hanley could use your eyes on something. Honestly, I'm not sure what's going on, but she'll fill you in.
We'll talk another time.
Glad to have you, Pathfinder.
Hello, Pathfinder. Hello, Kim Connor. Supplies, trade, procurement. Anything you need, I can provide. Though I hear you've got Vetra Nix keeping you well stocked.
You know Vetra?
I worked with her on the Nexus in those days of chaos. But I need ground under my feet, and soon hopefully trade will flourish on Eos.
You said you know Vetra. What's she really like?
Ah, Vetra. You're lucky to have her. Few weathered the mutiny on the Nexus as gracefully. The mutineers tried to convince her to join them. She refused, yet many of them are still her contacts and allies. If Vetra Nix has advice for you, I'd listen.
Does the outpost have everything it needs?
We run through construction materials almost as fast as I can source them. But that means we're growing. As long as I have toilet paper, there are few complaints.
Is EOS trading with any new partners?
I found contacts on Aya who are willing to trade. The supplies they have are novel. But we and the Angara are both in need. It's a good beginning.
So how did you end up here, Connor?
Me? You're the Grand Explorer. I fill out requisition forms.
Really? Everyone here has some kind of story.
I left mine back home. Or... the... still... Ask me another time.
See you later.
Be well. Come back again.
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
No sign of that work crew, but someone left their gear behind. Wait, I've got an open comm channel.
Easy money. Once the electrical charge builds up, we'll have ourselves a nice, obedient remnant.
You better be sure this time, Jennings.
Welcome to this world. Few of us would come, even without the kit.
Our people came a long way. Nothing here will stop them.
The sky is beautiful in its own way.
Looks like we have some scavenger animals in our lost supply crates.
Cat signals detected ahead, Pathfinder.
Earth had formations like this. Made a lot of kids think of alien worlds.
Water and weather. Nothing tougher in the long run. Help us! Please!
great timing. Thanks for the assist.
Your experiment with the Remnant didn't work out.
Huh. Okay, who squealed? Gas brick? Yeah, I bet. These Remnant could plow our fields, protect us from the Ket. You control them, why shouldn't we?
I have a super intelligent AI, and enough experience with the Remnant to be careful.
Jennings, this isn't working. We tried.
Fine. But you can't protect us all the time, Pathfinder. Out here, we need every edge we can get.
Undocumented mineral nearby, Pathfinder.
Aya is watching what happens on Eos very closely.
Hopefully, Prodromos sets a high bar.
Your first outpost. It must mean something to you.
Pathfinder, active remnant nearby. I suggest investigating.
This is resonating now. Probably with the vault.
I've picked up read.
The person who left this behind, she was part of the first wave of colonists, wasn't she?
The probability is high. This researcher may have left data pads at other remnant sites as well.
Hostiles ahead!
Giving shield assist.
Recording nav points for survey beacon placement. A trivial task.
Wasn't trivial to this technician. Lotus protocol. The job doesn't go unfinished.
Pathfinder, my sensors read an Andromeda plant sample nearby. Approaching Site 2. Resilience.
It was sold as the one we get right, but it didn't have time to get worn down. Got wiped out by Ket.
That datapad said Site 2 was working on a project. Keep an eye out for it.
A difficult start. It's admirable you kept trying.
Hard lessons we can't forget.
Recovery's a long-term process.
Pathfinder, this is the spot where Nigel McCoy wanted you to leave his pendant.
In honor of his brother, Dash McCoy.
Recording Initiative Cryo Identification E97 Durango. Chief Engineer Grace Lee.
Last one out during the evac.
She took risks and they didn't work. But nothing worked.
More animals on our lost supply crates. Nice work. Sam, are you sure about this?
Yes, Pathfinder. The crates were opened using standard protocols. It's unlikely the local fauna could have accomplished this.
They're bugs, Sam. They didn't do it.
More data is required to be definitive, Pathfinder.
You're a real machine sometimes, Sam. Finish unpacking.
Ket didn't give him a chance.
Lexi?
Portable cover of Ket design.
Didn't bother to take it with him. Looks like a war zone.
According to survivors, the kid attacked from...
Lexi, I've got another one.
Standing by, waiting for your scan.
Y'all are Thysa.
Records updated, Pathfinder.
Pathfinder, I have enough sensory data to reconstruct an image of the past.
Maybe we can push the cat back.
With what army? Can you even find the safety on your pistol?
I'm just going through the options.
Evacuate or die. Those are the options.
Initiative's not military. They weren't prepared.
You'd think there'd be more bodies. Not that I'm complaining.
Not a lot left behind for a massacre.
What if they were removed?
What the... Pathfinder, that body...
A scan might help us figure that out. West, Porter M. Get that, Lexi?
Yes, Pathfinder. Record...
Surprised the Nexus still wants an outpost on Eos.
You know what they say. Third time's a charm. We'll make this right.
Secondary terminals, no access.
If deployment is standard, main access will be deeper in.
Looks like they left in a hurry.
Reports said the evac was cut off by Ket.
Pathfinder, a maintenance bulletin was issued at the time of shutdown.
What does it say?
Run.
Override, close it! Tempest, we have an unknown enemy. Evac the Pathfinder.
Look sharp. That thing is out there.
And the Ket? Everything's grounded till they're gone.
The door was sealed from the outside?
Yes, Pathfinder.
Secondary terminals, no access.
If deployment is standard, main access will be deeper in. Pathfinder, a maintenance bulletin was issued at the time of shutdown.
What does it say?
Run.
Beans, don't get...
Override! Close it! Tempest, we have an unknown enemy. Evac the Pathfinder.
Whoa, hold on.
No go, Harper. We have to lay low. Ken are inbound to your location.
Ket and that thing? Son of a... Another dropship with reinforcements. Watch out! Big thing is down. We got it.
Focus on the Ket.
Hold on, Jarl. Well executed. Clear? We're clear.
No wonder Site 2 failed. Brazilian or not.
Schematics for Special Project Sigma. They were building something, but there are parts missing. Parts for the Site 2 project? Check.
Cora, this talent you and PB have,
Biotics?
what does it feel like? Does it...
There's an initiative shuttle ahead. Looks bad.
Worth checking, if only to make sure the Ket don't get to keep it.
All Site 2 components are accounted for.
Let's head to Site 2's research station and see what good they do.
Ket left their mark, but the buildings stand. That's a lesson.
Nice. Let's get to a research station, see what we've got.
What the? Pathfinder, that body.
The scan might help us figure that out.
We had a legend that formations like this were from the weight of the sky, long before the Scourge.
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
Job started. Another step forward. Keep it up, Dad.
Sam, what am I hearing?
Technician Eric Camber's beacon protocols. They appear to include recorded motivational logs.
We purpose-build world by world. That's the way to keep things going.
We're outfitted best we can be.
Gil has tuned the Nomad perfectly for Eos.
Progress made, whatever it is. Each day, one at a time. You'll be fine.
Okay, where's this going?
We're not alone!
Quick mess to clean up. Not getting in. This confirms it. The crates were opened first, then bait placed. By who?
By whom? And more data is required. Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
And that implant amplifies your natural biotic potential?
Yep.
It must act on neuroelectrical impulses. But that seems risky. What sort of transistor does it use?
Look at that view.
Wow. That sure is a sight.
The Outland Spire. You can see it from almost anywhere.
Too bad there's no time for a swim.
Wonder what it's like on Eos when it rains. We do our job. Someone will see it.
Now this is familiar. A world isn't home without water.
That looks like Ket tech.
The camp ahead contains Ket life forms, Pathfinder.
Get ready to fight!
Took one out.
Activating automated forward station deployment.
That was one hell of a shot, Jal.
They become easier if you imagine your target is the Archon's face.
Noted.
Pathfinder, the Scourge has reached this remnant site. Hostile activity present.
I wonder what all these bits of remnant tech used to be.
And I'm wondering what broke them up.
Sawtooth Plateau. All those broken pieces like a dragon's jaw.
I think that's Ket tech. Stay alert. Think that's it.
That looks like Ket salvage. Be careful, Ryder.
Enemies incoming!
Press on, dudes. Mayor's idea. Because we have to press on.
Politicians. Always helpful. That looks like Ket tech.
Hey, Ryder, pit stop? Wouldn't mind stretching my legs.
I agree. Stop, hop out, run in a circle, and get back in.
No? Well, fine.
Black Rock Tande. Eos has teeth, alright?
Ryder, Ket constructs ahead.
Automated protocols activated. Deploying forward station.
Remnant ahead. Don't let your guard down.
Mining zones have been added to your nav system, Pathfinder. Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface. My sensors are detecting Ket technology, Pathfinder.
of worlds to the Scourge. Seeing one more or less reclaimed is strange.
A hard world, but you can get used to anything if you try.
People want to come here, just like they wanted to come to Andromeda. Except now they'll know what they'll find.
You're a long way from the flock, little duck.
Little duck? Who is this?
Someone who's got work for you. Come to my nav point, if you think you're up for it.
Don't want to keep him waiting, little duck.
That is not becoming a thing. Sounds like we've already had an effect. Animals on our missing crates again, same as before. Sam, another memory trigger?
One of your father's memories is now accessible. Return to Sam Node on the Hyperion to investigate further.
Whoa. The cat built all this? They don't just have a base here. This is a stronghold. Cleared it. Betting there's nothing left.
Mining zones in this region are available, Pathfinder. I've added them to your nav system.
Really hope all those scientists will be safe out here.
Ryder, just who I was looking. Ah, Pathfinder. I hear you're to thank for a physics-defying atmosphere processor.
That's me. I'm Ryder.
Hanley Abrams, Director of Scientific Research on EOS, and writer of papers that start what the hell weather. But, new galaxy, new world, and a really new start. Gotta keep up. How can I help you?
What do you make of Lieutenant Bradley?
Determined as hell. And he has incredible faith in us to get this done. Bradley would carry this outpost on his back if he had to, and we'll make sure he never has to.
Activating that vault changed the planet. Anything to worry about?
Looking at data from the other outposts, whatever these vaults are doing seems to be permanent and beneficial, so far. But the storms show no signs of returning, and I know who to contact for Remnant tech support. I'll take it.
What kind of research are you working on?
Ramirez asked me to help out with vaccines, so I'm growing bacteria. The glamorous life of a scientist.
I've got to go.
Keep up the good work. There, did you feel that tremor? We've been tracking major seismic activity lately. But I don't know what's causing it. Something strange is going on out there.
An earthquake something, or a volcano something?
I'm guessing a remnant something? That might help us. EOS has massive underground rivers we can't tap, but altering those tremors just right might crack the ground for irrigation. Our seismic survey hammers would be perfect. All I need is someone to place them. Please?
What's a seismic survey hammer?
Fox built them. They punch like a dozen Krogan and cause vibrational changes underground. The hammers give good geophysics data, but honestly, they're just fun.
You got it. Just tell me where to go.
I've marked out the areas where the tremors seem centered. Trigger the hammers there. Just be careful. The tremors are getting worse. Anything else before you go?
I've got to go.
Keep up the good work.
Pathfinder? Mind giving me your opinion on this? I'm planning classes for our first school, when we have one. Some say we shouldn't teach Milky Way history. All irrelevant now, apparently.
We were all shaped by that history. Our children deserve to know how and why.
Agreed. Maybe you'll change a few minds. Thanks for stopping.
Ascent is go.
Leaving Atmo. All clear. I think Lexi wanted to speak to you. Anomaly detected. Probe away. I found something.
Our Turian friend on Eos has good instincts. Let's check it out.
Probe away. I found something.
Possible Ket supplies. Just like Darket suggested.
Liam says he's planning a movie night.
That's the idea.
He's putting it off because it didn't seem right after seeing the exaltation facility. But now there's a delay. I had a thought. Every vid's better with snacks, right? I found an Angaran recipe for these little morsels you can make from a local Helios plant, but it's rare and...
You want me to look for one?
Oh, would you? I'd love to, you know, be social and things.
The hell you did? You can't just undo 10 hours of work.
I had to. Your revamp risks power imbalance between decks, something we solved back home.
It's twice as efficient. Just because it doesn't match your sainted specs.
And now it does. As you say, deal with it.
Callow.
I know, just please don't let this distract you.
You have AVP outstanding, Pathfinder.
Oh, come on, think. Think! I need something.
Who are you talking to?
Ryder, shit! You shouldn't sneak up on someone like that. I'm just talking to myself. Don't tell me you never do that.
You seem stressed.
No kidding. I'm not built for this kind of homesteading. Don't like people knowing where I am, where my stuff is. Ugh!
What's your usual solution?
Usually, I cut bait. Scram, strike out on my own. When I felt like this back home, I'd look for a zero-G chamber, or at least an isolation tank. Someplace to just drift away. I could really use that now.
If I may, gravity can be overridden in the escape pod. You can create a zero-G chamber.
Of course! Sam, you're a genius. It's easy. It'll make a huge difference, Ryder. You'll see. You know, there's room for two.
You're willing to share? I won't cramp your style?
Let's find out.
All right, I'm in.
And this should do it. Close your eyes. Relax. Let yourself go. Oh, this hits the spot. Ryder,
Yeah?
there's something else that would relax me.
What's that?
You haven't taken the bait yet, but I'm not afraid of rejection. Wanna fool around? Doesn't matter if you have something else going on. I can be utterly discreet. Just fun. Two people blowing off steam. No strings attached. Only if there's no strings.
That'll be fun.
Okay then. Say no more.
Oh, you mean now? Here?
You do know what say no more means, right? Huh.
Whoa.
Huh. Oh, we're floating right into the,
Ouch. Who cares?
Ow!
Ow.
No strings. Right, Ryder?
No strings.
That explains so much. What's that supposed to mean? Here we go. You know, how uptight you are. I am not uptight. Not even 300 years old and fussing at us like a matriarch. I'm a doctor. Fussing...
Hey, Ryder.
You probably have work to do. We can chat later.
You know where to find me.
Now, Ryder.
We can talk more later.
Sure.
That vault on Aya was so gorgeous, so alive.
And Meridian might be the key to the others.
No wonder the Archon wants to control it, like everything in Helios.
How's the search for the Asari Ark going?
Those Asari refugees were a real help. Now to find the survey ship they mentioned.
See you later, Cora.
I'll be here.
Ah, Ryder. Sorry for the mess.
Who's your friend?
An exalted Ket. I called Jarl to show him. Ah, there he is. Jarl, look at this. There's nothing Angara inside.
The physical can be deceiving.
I've run hundreds of tests. Only traces of the Angara genome remain. The exalted are Ket.
There must be a way to fix them.
We need to be prepared that there might not be.
Jarl, remember what we talked about?
That we should examine the problem objectively? Excuse me.
Grief is never easy. But Jarl needs to accept that exaltation is permanent.
Hope is good, but false hope is unhealthy.
I appreciate your support. Jarl is part of this crew. His welfare is my responsibility.
And you're taking good care of him. Just remember why you came here, too. There is a new alien species on your table.
My hands actually shook when I made the first incision. See this bone-like armor? It feels as strong as a Krogan's frontal plate.
I'll take your word for it.
I should probably clean this up before it starts to smell.
There much to say about that facility on Vault?
There will be.
Just looking for attention, aren't you?
Maybe not right
These things make for a good
I
snack.
get you, pal. Inane chat. About nothing coming up.
We've talked enough for now. I'm still processing our disagreement, and I need some distance.
Pathfinder. Sorry if things got strange last time we talked. You're the first person I told about all that. It, felt really good.
Anything I can do for my team, Liam.
Stuff like that goes above and beyond Pathfinder. At least I hope so. Anyway, made me think we should do more just out and about. Off ship. Like the market on Aya. I've got some contacts and some things I'd like your eyes on. But mostly, it's a day out. Something familiar. Turns out I need that.
So, Callow, who's that woman I keep seeing you with on the Nexus?
What? Whom?
You're always short of credits after we come back. Is it because of her?
Free for an interview? I'd like to know more about the Angara. It's not often a first contact goes so smoothly. At least the Angara are more peaceful than the Ket. There's high hopes for this alliance.
The Angara have their own problems, and we're newcomers in their cluster. We need to work at this.
The Angara soldier who joined your team has a few fans already, but everyone's talking about Aya. Green plants, flowing water? Our leaders have discussed whether we should send colonists there.
Aya is a sovereign planet of the Angara. We have no right to settle there.
Strong stuff. Here's hoping we don't need to. Okay, that's... Colonist registration is up since last episode, as is morale. Tan sent this for you. Inspiring, huh?
What are you doing with that ship? That part doesn't go there.
I tried.
I gotta tell Kesh to do something about her mechanics. I wonder what my dad would think of all this. Would he have encouraged the move? Come with us if he could?
Does dwelling on what-ifs help anything? Things are the way they are.
I can't just forget my father. Sid doesn't remember anything about him, but I do. I think he might have liked it here.
And we're happy to help your guards secure their weapons.
I prefer them armed for now. You understand, of course.
Oh, Pathfinder, this is the head of the Angaran delegation.
The one who saved the Moshai. She speaks highly of you. Call me Issa de Navarre.
We're glad to have you, Ambassador. Strong ties with the Angara will strengthen us both.
To a good end, I hope.
I was just explaining to the Ambassador that armed guards aren't necessary here.
Is something wrong, Ambassador?
Please walk with me, Pathfinder. So much life. All different, all united. The way it could have been. 75 years ago, we were scattered, struggling to rebuild after the Scourge. Then, the Ket arrived. Alien life. It was monumental. But then they deceived and enslaved us. So, I hope you understand my precautions.
Your people have endured much, Ambassador. I'd be cautious too.
Yet all this, your initiative, is proof there's a better way. I want to believe in this alliance, Pathfinder. The Moshai says you're trustworthy. Please, help me trust in you.
We don't expect you to enter this alliance blindly, Ambassador. Everything we say, you can check.
You'd be that open with us?
We have nothing to hide.
They'll surrender their weapons to your militia, if that's satisfactory.
Thank you. We won't disappoint you, Ambassador.
Pavoa set Jav Jaravon, Pathfinder. Welcome to Andromeda. I've been using feminine pronouns this entire time. Should I...
In my case, it's fine to continue.
I welcome you
Thank
to
you
the
for
cultural
asking.
center.
I
Please
appreciate
have a look around.
Some Asari prefer male pronouns,
We
while
hope you'll
others
enjoy learning
gravitate
about the
towards
rich diversity of
gender-neutral word
people who have
language.
arrived from the Milky Way galaxy.
My people have several pronouns to identify themselves with. Perhaps I should prepare a document.
Please do.
The Nexus is a place of friendship and
Welcome back.
Hello there, neighbor. I'm Gian Garson, the founder of the Andromeda Initiative. I thought you might like to hear more about our plans.
Okay.
Great. If you're seeing this, it means our Pathfinders have done their job and made new friends in the galaxy. Welcome to the Nexus. But I want to put your mind at ease. Seeing our arcs arrive in your neighborhood probably raised some concerns. I'm happy to address them.
Why did you leave the Milky Way?
I get that question a lot. Many of us have a deep curiosity that needs to know what else is out there. Our own Milky Way is just one tiny speck in a universe full of mysteries. And speaking for myself, The thought of exploring those mysteries in Andromeda was a call to adventure I could not resist.
What are you planning to do in this galaxy?
Great question. I'd be worried about that too. I can assure you, we have no hostile intentions whatsoever. We're pilgrims who simply want to live in peace. We're eager to learn about new cultures, new ideas, and share our own with you. But we understand trust needs to be earned, no matter what galaxy you're in. And the initiative looks forward to doing just that. Thank you for taking the time to listen. On behalf of my fellow Milky Way travelers, we couldn't be more excited about what the future holds for all of us.
I'm meeting with Director Addison later. She wishes to discuss...
Welcome to the
You are looking at an image of the Milky Way, the original system of the colonists now arriving in Andromeda. Home to countless life forms, the Milky Way is a galaxy where friendship and peace are held in the highest regard. Those arriving in Andromeda bring with them this spirit of enlightenment. They look forward to making your acquaintance.
I'm Jen Garson, founder of the initiative. On behalf of the Nexus, I
Pathfinder, I'm glad you could stop by.
have a look around.
Have you heard anything about the Ket?
Unfortunately, yes. Now, that's a species we won't be inviting here anytime soon. I'd hoped our encounters would be peaceful, but I suppose that was too much to ask.
What goes on here?
The Cultural Center is a place where new races we've met can visit and exchange ideas. They can learn more about the Milky Way species, while we foster an air of cooperation and understanding. You've already brought us our first visitors by making contact with the Angara.
How did you get this job?
I was a sociologist in the Milky Way. While there were plenty of cultures to study, the books on them had all been written. There was nothing new I could add. So when I heard about the initiative, I signed up right away. The idea of meeting new people, seeing how they've evolved, adapted to life's challenges, I couldn't resist.
What do you think of the Angara?
I'm thrilled to meet a new culture. They're cautious, but I understand why. If someone showed up on our doorstep in the Milky Way, we'd be skeptical too. I hope we can win them over, cement a friendship. I suppose that's on you, Pathfinder.
Thanks.
Of course. In the meantime, have a look around. And when you have a second, check back with me on a favor I'd like to ask. Any news?
Report.
Pathfinder, do you have a moment? We, need to explain you.
Explain me?
Our new VI over there is meant to describe the role of our Pathfinders, but it just lost all its settings in a crash. If you could fix them, that would really help us out. Just talk to the VI, and it'll do the rest.
Thanks.
Of course.
The Nexus is a place of friendship and cooperation. We're glad you could visit.
No dobrze, tutaj zakończymy dzisiejszy odcinek. W tym odcinku pogadamy sobie z tym wszystkim WI. I potem ruszymy dalej z misjami. Dobra, to z mojej strony to tyle. Ja się zamykam i życzę wam przyjemnego oglądania tej, jak i innych na moim kanale.